So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about that lead code problem number is 175. Okay, that name is combine two table. Okay, combine two tables. So there are the two tables name called person table and address table, and having their column name and their type. So that column name is person ID, last name and first name. Okay, and their person id is always in integer, last name is varchar and first name is varchar. I hope you have to be understood very well. Okay, and address is and into that address table having a address id, because each and every table have an unique id, and it cannot be null, so id cannot be null. So and this is having another id which is person id. Okay, and having a column name city which is into that varchar, and the state which is into that varchar. I hope you have to be understood very well. Okay, so now what is our work, and what I will do here, that we have to write a solution to report this first name, last name, city and state of each person in this person table. Okay, so our problem is that we have to be write a first name, last name, city and state of each person into that person table. Means of that, uh, into this given person table, so you have to be simply return each and everything about their detail from then person table as well as from address table, if it is exist. Okay, otherwise they have to be clearly told that if it is not exist, so you will simply return null. Okay, simply return null. So I hope you have to be very well know about that, if you have to aware databases. Okay, so now what you will do, you have to be given a person table. So I'm just moving on that whiteboard. Okay, so this is the whiteboard. Okay, so this is having a problem statement which is this is having a person table, this is an address table. Okay, so there were the person table have an person id which is 1 and 2. Okay, so id is always unique, you have to be remember about it. Okay, and then address id, so address id is 1 and 2, because every table have a unique id, and it cannot be null. so so I hope you have to be very well aware about it. And their person id is 2 and 3. Okay, so and so on. So that's why this is the last name, is Wang and Allen, so their full name is Allen Wang, not a Wang Allen. Okay, I hope you have to be clearly define as that. Okay, so what you will do, you will simply return everything about this person table if it is exist into this address. Okay, you have to be simply return everything about it. So what you will do, you have to be simply first of all, you have to be combine this table. Suppose this is a person table, I'm just drawing some figure. This is a person table and this is an address table. So what will be that, it would be combined. So that's why into that database, so we have to be moving on join. Okay, so we have to be join this table. So that's why we have to be join. So what type of join to get that all the to get all the information from that person table and address table, if it is exist the address table of this person table. Okay, means of that means of that Allen Wang Allen Wang Allen Wang having an city and state, it it would be exist. So then we have to be return both from this person table and from address table. I hope it would be clear to you. Okay, uh, so now this is our return. So Ellen Wang, null null. Why? Because of that, because of that, Ellen Wang is the first name. Ellen is the first name. Wang is the last name. Okay, city is not exist. How you can determine that city is not exist? Because of that, the person ID is 2 and their person ID is 1. So the joining between this table, the joining between this table, you have to be simply clarify that. So the city is not exist of this particular ID, of this particular ID. So that's why we will simply return null according to our statement. I hope you have to be clearly understand that what is that problem saying. And then second is that Alice Bob, means of that their first name is Bob, second name is Alice, and their person ID into this address table. Into this address table, having a person ID is 2, and this is exist. This is exist into that address table. So their city is New York City, and their state is New York. So that's why we have to return New York and city. Okay. So what type of join? What type of join you have to be taking as, so you will get everything about this person table. Okay, so now our intuition is that. So that's why you have to be very aware about that left join. So that's why the left join you will be taking that all of the information about this person table from that address table. If it is, if it is address is exist of this person table. And how you can determine? You will simply determine from that person ID. Person ID. Suppose of that you are the person and you have to be enrolled into that you are from their college. Suppose you are into their college, okay, and you are the person. So their person having a person ID is always exist into that table. This is a table, okay, this is a table. So into their person you have a person, so you have a name, first name, last name, okay, and your address is that different table. Okay, so how you can determine your address? So you will simply left join between this table from this table. So that's why your college uh, your college faculty you will be simply determined from the table by the help of left join. It can getting everything, okay, not as well college, I am just giving you example. Okay, so now how you can write the code about it? Suppose of that I will determine some another example, that is person table, and this is an address table. Okay, so person table having a person ID, first name and last name. Okay, first name is John Doe, second name and the second entry is Jane Smith, and the third entry is Alice Johnson. Okay, and having their ID is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, similarly as well as address table, their address table into that you have to be simply say that address ID is always exist. I'm just not writing an add here. So address into that address table, having an address ID is always, and then a person ID is existing, having a ID is 1 and 2. City is New York and Los Angeles. I hope you have to be very aware about it. What is the statement? And state is New York, NY, and CA, California. I hope to be you have to be very understood about it. What I'm saying to you. Okay. Now so uh, determine that what is the output of this? The output is that John Doe and they're having their person ID is existing. Their person ID is exist into that address table. So that's why, so that their city and state is New York and NY. Okay, and the second thing is Jane Smith. So Jane Smith is exist into that address table. Their person IDs exist. So that's why their city and state is also exist. Okay, into that address table. But suppose Alice Johnson entry Alice Johnson and their person ID is not exist. Okay, their person ID is not exist. So, so that's why their city and state is not exist. Suppose of that in your college, in your class, that some student they have to be not entry of their address into that form. So that's why their entry is not be exist into that address table of their college uh, database. Okay, that's why we have to be know about very well. Okay, so our output is that John Doe, New York, NY. Okay, John Doe, New York, NY, and Jane Smith, Los Angeles, Alice Johnson. But their city and state did not exist. That's why we have to return null, null, null. So now, how you can write that code into that MySQL? So here are the solution of this MySQL. I'm just explaining to you. Select person. I'm just some bigger to explain on. I hope it would be clarified to you. It is visible to you. Okay. So now that select person dot first name. It means of that. It means of that. Hmm. Uh, you have to be retrieve the data from the person table of their first name. Okay, from the database of this person table. From the database of the table name is person and retrieve their column is first name. Okay, and then that because of that our output format is first name, last name, city and state. Okay, then second column I want to be get it is last name. From which of the table is exists the last name is the person table. I hope you have to be understood very well. Now another thing is that we have to be get the city. I want to get the city. So city is which in column is in address table. Is in address table. Okay. So that's why I will simply retrieve the city from the address table and I will get the state from the address table. Okay. So now we have to be getting the left join. Left join. So the left join into that MySQL is that from the ID on the basis of foreign key. Because of that, if you want to be join some table, suppose this table and this table. So you if you will join this table because of that because of that because of that some foreign key means of that which is common column into their person table as well as in address table. Okay, now the person table and address table, the joining between is that left join. Okay, on the basis of which of the column, which of the foreign key, person dot person id and address dot person id. Means of that this is the primary key of this person table and this is some another column, common column of this address table, but these column having a common into that both the table, so that's why we will this print this value print this value. I hope you will simply understood that what is the logic behind this. So now we have to be uh, uh, run this code. Okay, so now I'm just run compile and run. So that's why it is simply existing. Okay, I hope you will be understood very well. If you have any doubt, so please comment on my channel, please like my video, please subscribe my channel, and please share my video if it is helpful to you and helpful to anyone. Thank you so much.